Hey guys, welcome to this week's edition of the Saturday Showcase. Today we're going to be playing a game that it's mildly symbolic of the what we've been dealing with so far throughout this week as we talk about the idea of the mountain that one's trying to climb. And for me, it comes down to this game, essentially, is a mountain that I reached the highest of highs in dealing with, and it played me, basically. That's the long story short, is it played me. Pressing these buttons real quick, trying to see if I can... I have a Smash Brothers mentality right now, trying to see if I can get Donkey Kong move the way he does in Smash Brothers. It's going to take me a second to figure out. There we go. Okay. What I'm trying to do here with it. But basically, a long time ago, I played this game when I was a kid. I was a wee lad, if you will. And basically what happened was I had played it as a kid on my Super Nintendo when I was a lot younger, and I got to the very end of the game, to the final boss, King K. Rool on the pirate ship. And what happened after the fact was I thought that I had beaten him, and basically what happened instead was if you've played the game, you would know what I'm talking about. It's the idea of it's a fake ending, and he played me pretty bad, and they started running the what's it called, the fake credits that they had, where it was a bunch of fake names with a lot of letter K going on, and then he gets up halfway through it. You know, little kid me, I'm over here like dancing and feeling good for myself. I'm like, oh yeah, I definitely what's it called, did something absolutely amazing. I thought like I did really good, and you know, I'm over here dancing as a child might do, and then I get to the point where like he gets back up and he keeps fighting. I'm like, wait, what? And I'd say it's probably the first instance of me literally rage quitting a game, because I got to the end of it. We get to a point, and basically I was so upset that he played me the way he did that I basically was just like, yeah, I'm good. No, I don't want to do this anymore. And yeah, that's why it's kind of a mountain for me, is I never beat the game because I chose to rage quit at the end of it instead of actually trying my best to beat the game. And so that's kind of where it went for me. So it's a mountain. It's a game that I enjoyed as a kid, but never actually got to beat because I was too busy being upset over the fact that the game beat me so thoroughly. But that's where we're at right now, talking about that. Perhaps you guys, you know, have a game similar to that for you, where you know, like, let me know, like, what was the game for you that pretty much broke you, that kept you from really enjoying kind of like how the game went, if you will. Or oof, just walk right off the cliff. Let me know basically what's the game that beat you. There's a handful of games I can think of that I have this experience with. Another game that pretty much thoroughly whooped me was the game Super Mario RPG: Legend of the Seven Stars. That one actually beat me multiple times. I rage quit that game 3 times, I'd say, before I got to a point where I finally actually beat the game. If you grew up with a Super Nintendo or something similar to that, you might be able to attest to it. Basically, these games, what's it called? They were a little bit finicky at times, and you could find yourself in a position where you tap the cartridge just a little bit, and the whole game resets itself, and like all the data on the actual cartridge is deleted, and you're kind of in a position where you now have to basically redo everything that you did prior. Corrupt the save file, if you will, something like that. And Super Mario RPG was the game that did that to me, basically. It was, I got basically to a point where, what's it called? I was at a final boss in the game, and I'm trying to think how it ultimately went. My sister essentially, I think it was my sister who did it. She tapped. Let me think. Like, the first one was, if you've played the game, there's a cake in the game that it's a pain in the butt to fight when you're a child who has no idea what you're even doing. Video games they're fun, but you know, you're still very new to the general idea. I forgot how quickly Diddy Kong moves in this game. But that's that cake pretty much stopped. Actually, no, I can't even say the cake stopped me per se, because the first thing that stopped me was literally the tutorial. I could not figure out a JRPG to save my life when I was a kid. The first RPG game that I actually can say that I got to enjoy playing was the Pokemon games. There's always going to be somebody who's just like, oh, does that really count as RPGs? Like, to be quite honest, like, of course they do. But I couldn't figure that game out, so we got to the cake. That thing kind of stopped me. Johnny was a brick wall, but I did overcome it relatively easy. That's the shark level. Oh, wow. I forgot. Beautiful music. For those of you who aren't... really? Anybody who's familiar with the game Donkey Kong Country probably can attest that aquatic ambience is like top 10 most relaxing level themes of all time, I would say. I didn't appreciate it as much when I was a kid, but as an adult, it's like really good. I think it was probably around my young adulthood that I really started to enjoy aquatic ambience. It's a freaking fantastic song. I don't know how loud the volume is. Hopefully you guys can hear it right now. If not, if you can't hear it very well, if I'm just being too distracting in how I'm talking, you know, feel free, please go look up aquatic ambience at some point. It's great song, basically. It's super relaxing. I mean, I'm instantly chill right now, just listening to it. I'd say aquatic ambience is lo-fi before lo-fi became lo-fi. For those of you you're unfamiliar with lo-fi, you know, it's just the chill hop music. But yeah, okay, so one thing I don't mind doing at some point later on, perhaps, might be perhaps we can find a point later on when I can live stream a lot more reliably. Maybe have like a better computer and all that for it. But maybe we can get to a point where I can actually, what's it called? Do a full playthrough of a game like this one right here, and you know, pretty much have like the live version of me finally conquering this mountain. But when it comes to playthroughs, I'm actually not entirely certain what we want to do just yet. Basically, like, I like playthroughs, but I feel like it's changed. The nature of the playthrough has changed a lot over time. Basically, you know, we always anybody who's been a fan of playthroughs can say, like, you used to watch like multiple episodes of a playthrough, and you know they're all uploaded basically in parts, and you would watch part 1 and then part 2, part 3, and so forth. So because you couldn't upload videos that were too long. So what's the what I'm thinking, like, because they were shorter, you had to do a lot of shorter videos basically. So that's kind of what we did back then. You just kind of had to do that. Now it's just kind of par for the course. That's what people dealt with essentially. I have no idea what Funky's doing right here, but okay. But nowadays, people play what's it called? What's it called? Words. It's you can upload a lot longer videos nowadays, so it's not as what's it called? Like as restrictive. So the idea that people still play what's it called? Shorter videos. I just don't feel like those are as interesting for me, at least per se, as say what's it called? A full long play. And honestly, I think some of the long plays are quite ridiculous in length. Like, I've seen some where they're literally like what's it called? You'll see people who are doing like literal like 8-hour minimum long plays, and I'm like, how do you like find the time of day to like have like these things? Like maybe one day I'll get to the point where I can have the patience or the fan support, viewer support to do a long one. I don't mind. I'll admit that I'm kind of old. Oof. And the idea of playing video games for a ridiculously long amount of time is admittedly kind of it's daunting for me per se, just because, like I said, like I'm old, so the idea of, oh yeah, I spend large quantities of time, I'd say it's probably going to be a very rare thing when that finally comes across, but I don't mind doing it. But we'll see. Don't want to, you know, count your eggs before they hatch. Perhaps we can get to a point in the future where we can do that. We'll see. I don't mind once we get to a little bit closer to that. We'll see what it looks like in the future. But you know, this game basically. Oh, cool. Save the game. I didn't realize we're that close. Oof. Well, that was quick and easy. Fantastic. But yeah, that's basically what it is. I feel like this game is the icing on the cake for this week. The idea of talking about the mountain that we had to overcome throughout our life. For me, it's the idea that I was never able to actually beat this game as a kid. So close, but you know, I can't even say so close, but so far away. it was just really just kind of so close. Fun fact, I forgot that he was in this game, even though I totally got a trophy of him a second ago. Frogs are my favorite animal, with like no exception. Like it's not even close. There's no animal I enjoy more than frogs. Basically, I don't know what it is specifically. If there is anything specific to state about them, I just really enjoy them. Missed the end somewhere. Okay, but big fan of frogs. They're favorite animal. They start off as cute little. I mean, I know tadpoles aren't fish, but like they're cute little fish essentially. And then one day decide that I'm going to grow up, get some legs, move out of the pond, go contribute to Frog Society. Oh, Krabby Patties. I haven't done a. I gotta to point out that I haven't what's it called? Played a actual Super Nintendo game in a very long time. The Super Nintendo actually was a very important part of my childhood. Basically, it was my first, the first time I'd say it was my console. I played a a regular Nintendo for a time, but it was basically just Super Mario Brothers. And what's it called? Tetris. It's basically it. I had Duck Hunt, but at the same time, I didn't have the what's that blaster that you need to play the game. I'm just not hitting that jump right now. Dear Lord, I'm gonna bankrupt off of this. It's like, yeah, do you really deserve to say you ever beat Donkey Kong Country? Not with this performance, but Oh, I swear I'm pressing jump right there. Oh. Here, you can put me on what's that guy? Low Tier God. You can shout out how not to play Donkey Kong Country 1, apparently. Alright, cool, got it. Now all I have to do is just hope that we can actually beat the game. And that's not the first that's not the first step right there. Immediately losing one of my Kongs. Oh my lord. After all the effort it took to get to this point, and I'm like, oh great, fantastic. Yeah, I'm gonna have to really brush up on the basics right now if I'm actually gonna do a full playthrough. But of the games that I would like to do on a full playthrough, this is definitely one of them. Just so I can get that out of the way, say that I actually beat this game, along with a lot of games. There's lots of games that are on the Super Nintendo that I actually never beat, mostly because they weren't games that I was playing. One big one was the what's it called? I call them like the big games, like the poster children games. One of them being I never owned, so I never got the chance to beat A Link to the Past or Super Metroid. Right back to the same mistakes right there. So I can't say I ever beat those. Super Mario World I never had for my Super Nintendo. I did have what's it called? Super Mario World 2 Yoshi's Island. I did have that game, and I don't think I beat that game, or I might have beat that game, or my aunt might have beat that game. It's a game that's definitely on my list for the Saturday showcase, as a game to try to beat at some point, or like to show you guys some stories with that one, but. Yeah. Well, where was that? Oh, I never had Super Metroid. I believe I had a friend who had Super Metroid. but I can't say I ever beat that game because I never had it to beat it. I had a friend who had A Link to the Past, and I thought it was an interesting game back then, but I can't say that it was. Wow, I'm just trash right now. Dear Lord. Like, is there a way to speed up or something? I'm about to just crash out right here. But I think I had a friend who had my childhood best friend had A Link to the Past, and the game looked interesting, but it wasn't probably my cup of tea per se. So I never actually got to beat that game. Try to think what other games are out there. If you there was a game, a Kirby game on there that I actually spent a lot of time playing. It was like Kirby All Stars or Superstars, something like that. But I spent a lot of time playing that. It was a lot of fun. We'll probably run through that one also. There's multiple Donkey Kong countries. For anybody who's familiar with it, they know there's we'll call this 1. There's also 2 and 3. I actually owned 2, and I did all right on 2. I just can't seem to skip that one right there. 2 was fun, but I didn't get nearly as far on 2 as I did on 1. And what's it called? 3. I never owned 3. You turd. Man, man, salty about that. Really, I am. Out of nowhere, it's like I saw the arrow. I thought, all right, cool, we're almost done. Get it past this one. Actually, maybe get to the second boss before we end this, and he just kind of came out of nowhere and just donked me. Oh well. We'll see if we can get back to that point. Oh Lord. Oh, okay, probably not, because I have not been able to get over it. Oh, okay, now I can get over that one. So all I gotta do is remember where that guy is, or we just completely botch the jump. Golly. I never had Donkey Kong Country 3. I remember seeing it, though. I think I had a friend who had Donkey Kong Country 3, but the main memory I have of Donkey Kong Country 3 was when I was a lot younger. They had demos at places like Walmart, Target. I believe the place I remember was Kmart, which, if you're familiar with Kmart, good for you, because we don't have Kmarts over here where I live anymore, so it's not really a thing that I get to experience very often anymore. Oh man, I'm totally going to crash out right here. If I can figure out how to get that one-up balloon, at least I have like free opportunities, but yeah, might not be the case. It'll be like, alright, short video, guys. I never got to beat Donkey Kong Country. Here's why. Because I'm getting wrecked by a minecart level. Oh, there you go. Got that one. So at least got one free try there. But I remember seeing it at Kmart, Donkey Kong Country 3, and I think I played it a little bit. And I mean, the thing about Donkey Kong Country games is, if you've played one, you've played, like most of them. The big difference is, like, they have a returning character. So Donkey Kong Country 1, you get Diddy Kong and Donkey Kong, and then you get what's it called? Oh, thank God. In 2, you lose Donkey Kong, but you gain, I think her name's Trixie Kong, something like that, who has this little floating thing with her hair. And no way, okay, scam, caught in 4K, except not 4K, nowhere near 4K, probably like 1.5K, 0.5K. But there's no way he hit me. I'm salty about that one. Like heck he hit me. Oh my lord. Okay, whatever. Whatever. You know, it happens. Oh yeah, but that bee doesn't hit me? Okay. Yeah. Gotcha. I gotcha. What's it called? Yeah, you get the girl with the little helicopter hair in 2, but you lose Donkey Kong, and then in Donkey Kong Country 3, you get the baby, which I don't understand where that baby comes from or what its significance is. Oh man, it would have been nice if I actually had that. Oh well. I needed it too, didn't I? Oh no, I didn't need it. Okay, cool, that works. What's it called? But I can't remember what the baby's actual difference is. What it contributes to the game, because each character contributes different things to the game. So I don't know what the baby does. The way it looks, it's probably a power character. But again, I didn't play the Donkey Kong Country 3, so I don't know if it was a strong character or not. Maybe that's something we can do. Play a lot of start playing games that I never actually played. We can put that on the list. Something else I'm thinking about doing is maybe if you guys would be interested in it, we can do start doing Let's Plays where it's basically we'll find a game that I had yet to play yet, or something like that. Like, we'll just find games and we'll just kind of play through them. My question would be, if you don't mind, should we do long plays of them, like pretty much just sit down and play from start to finish, or should we do what's it called? Maybe do them in what's it called? In portions. I don't mind that one. What? Why would you put that there if I can't? Okay, whatever. It happens. Like, let me know, because like I actually like the idea of doing Let's Plays. If you've seen any of my older stuff, you'll be able to know that, you know, I liked it. I tried to play a game, Miramasa, as well as Soul Calibur. I have a Soul Calibur game that's still getting views to this day. Oh lord. But oof. If you guys like to see Let's Plays kind of in chunks, I can work with that. We can figure out like kind of like what we're looking for in terms of that. I'm just trying to put some ideas out there. If you guys don't mind, you know, we could definitely have a fun time with it, I think. Another thing I'd like to point out is like, when we do Let's Plays, do we want to do them with commentary or no commentary. That's another big thing. Me personally, I've always liked Let's Plays that don't have a lot of commentary, or any commentary, honestly. But some people like commentary. I don't know. You know, let me know what you guys think. I don't mind either one, but we'll see as we progress what you guys might like. I don't know. Just let me know like what you guys might be thinking in the long run. I'm fine either which way. Something else I could try to do is see if I can like double record it, so that like maybe we can have what's it called, one where we have commentary and then one where we don't have commentary. And that's something I tried with the Miramasa video, was having one having both options there. We have one where there is recording, audio recording, and then ones where there's no audio recording. But we'll see what you guys might like. If you prefer one over the other, I mean, just let me know. Are you a... I don't mind doing both, basically, is what I'm trying to say. If I could figure that away, but if I had to do one or the other, you know, let me know what you guys think might be the more entertaining one. Because, like, I feel like part of the fun is sometimes just having... Oh, I swear I hit that... No, come on. Just everything's scamming me, right? I don't know what these hitboxes are. Open up the data frames right now. I'm getting scammed by snakes and lizards and everything else. But yeah, we'll see what it could be. I feel like with what's it called? I swear I jumped. Okay. We're at a rush. There's a pile of bananas over there. I want to at least beat that boss before we finish this. But we'll see if we even get to that point. It's either that or we're going to lose all of our lives. Whichever comes first, it feels like at this point. We'll see which one might be there. Sometimes the fun part of a Let's Play is... I swear I'm hitting that guy. Come on! Help me! Help me! I can't breathe. Oh Lord. What I was trying to say is, like, sometimes the fun part of a Let's Play is someone's reactions to the things that occur within the game itself. That's something I've been considering for the Prattling episodes, is that maybe it might be a little bit more fun, if you will. If I take that with me, I could probably use that to take out some of these snakes. I was like so fed up with these guys, I'm just gonna run past that guy. It's like, I got a spare life. Might as well, right? Oh my... I am the king of bricks right now. My castle is built out of this. Lordy, lordy, lordy. We'll see if we can run through this right quick. I'm kind of curious if I can actually cartwheel those guys. So if I can just run past this. Woo! There we go. Cool. We're making progress. Oh man, I feel like a speedrunner all of a sudden. Okay, yeah, I can just cartwheel through them. I've been making this game ridiculously difficult for no reason whatsoever outside of the fact that I just really don't want to win. That's it. That's what it is. I just don't want to win. It's just me trying my best to not come out victorious. But we'll finish up right here. Necky's Nuts. Wow. I need to learn to read in my head before I say things out loud, probably. But there we go. Gotta love old sorry Diddy, Diddy Kong, not P Diddy. No apologies for for that gentleman kindness where it's possible. But there we go. Got to do that, and shoot, almost looks like we're halfway through. Actually, not even. I believe there's like 2 other areas, but then you have to go to the ship in the background for what comes next. And you know, I'm realizing because I remember the cartoon, the Donkey Kong cartoon with the CGI, that they lived on a island that it was like Kong Island, and it looked like his head. I'm realizing now, I didn't realize it as a kid, that that's exactly where we're at right now, that the mountain behind me actually is Donkey Kong's head. Never realized that until just now, but keeping it pretty short this week. I don't want to have a repeat of what happened last week, where I totally bricked on the time frame, thinking, all right, cool, we're a little bit through, maybe one more, and the next thing you know, an hour later. Plus, you know, admittedly, kind of paranoid that I'm going to brick extra hardcore and lose my last lives, and I'm going to get completely roasted in the comment section about how bad I am at games that, you know, easy game for babies over here. It's like, wow, if you're getting trashed in Donkey Kong Country 1, I mean, God forbid you actually pick up a real game like, I don't know, Elden Ring or something like that. But 'tis life, I suppose to say. But if there's any specific games, I'm playing these kind of really mildly restricted in what I'm doing. I'm looking for games that are fun, and just try to share them with you. Also, preferably games that have some sort of connection that I can talk about with you guys, like this one. Talking about, I never beat this game, and if you came into this thinking, hearing that I was going to beat this game today, sounds great, but not today. Thinking maybe in the future we might live stream this when we get to that point. I don't mind doing it at that point. Who knows? We might even have a series called I've Never Beat, where basically we will stream games, retro games, whatnot, that I've literally never beat, and we'll just do like a full playthrough from start to finish, make a day out of it. If we do that, it'll probably be later on when we have a bit more viewers that we can collect on there, so that when we do the live stream, we can have, basically it'd be like a little party that we can have. So like you can play it in the background, or you can watch it and just roast me full time. I don't mind. I can't stand the heat, so I stay in the kitchen because that's where the food is, after all, right? But we'll progress moving forward. I'm still trying to figure out things. I'm thinking about investing in some shorts, perhaps. Not the kind you wear, but the kind that you upload to YouTube, little clips here and there. Next week, we're going to try something a little bit different with Prattling, where basically I'm going to try to juggle talking about what's actually happening in the game and telling the actual stories, and perhaps that could be something a little bit more engaging, because trying to get past the whole idea of these games are a lot easier right here, the Saturday Showcase, because it's just a pretty simple game. There's not really a lot of interaction with any particular. I'm not trying to outwit an opponent, but when it comes to the Fortnite videos, I am trying to do that, so I can be a little distracted. So perhaps being more engaged with the game itself can help us out a lot with that. But until then, you know, thank you guys for spending your Saturday with me. Give me a little portion of your weekend, or, you know, perhaps you watch all the videos in one sitting on the weekend. You know, if you do that, I'm equally grateful. I love having you guys around. As always, any thoughts or opinions on anything, feel free to plop them down in the comment section. I love to hear what you're thinking, what kind of direction you think the channel ought to go. But enjoy the rest of your weekend if you're watching this on day of, and I look forward to seeing you guys next week. As always, we're still trying to figure things out. Change the curtains on the channel, aka I just put a lot more brighter colors, whatnot, trying to really help us out with just trying to make the channel great. Again, do I start wearing red hats? No, that implies it was never great to begin with. Maybe great in my own head, but enough self-deprecation. It's a great channel, honestly, from the very beginning, from the very first subscriber, all the way till we get to the 1,000th, 10,000th, 100,000th. If it sounds weird how I'm pronouncing thousandth, it's probably because I don't know how to properly say thousandth. I don't think I have the mouth to say thousandth. I don't have a lisp. I'm just not really sure how to properly pronounce the word thousandth. A lot of tongue action going on there, but the core message is, with every subscriber, no matter whether there's few or many, I'm grateful for each and every one of them. If you do feel inclined to subscribe, feel free to give a shout out in the comment section, and I'll definitely shout you out back. I read the comments every single day. Admittedly, there have been no comments at all yet, but I'm patient. I'm waiting for it. One of these days it'll break through, and until then, again, I'm grateful for each and every one of you. Hope you guys have a great weekend, and until next week, toodles.